whatever
Sorry,
we
too many
want.
colors?
Where do we
No, it's
look?
perfect.
Lindsay, where do we look?
Ooh,
Do we look at each
are
other?
my feet
Oh,
dirty?
definitely.
I'll put some
Gaze at
shoes
each
on.
So we just
Gaze at
pretend
each other.
we pretend the camera's not here and make like
Gaze
extended
at each other.
gaze.
Yes.
I
No.
get lost in your eyes.
Or you could look at Chewy.
Mm-hmm.
I could get him to sit on this sofa.
You got coasters, Wick?
Yeah, right here.
We got coasters. All right. This episode is brought to you by Waterloo, an off-brand. Actually, it's just delicious sparkling water. Use the promo code BigTimeBobby when checking out at waterloo.com /
Putting on socks so nobody can see my dumb bunion.
I don't think people are gonna see your feet, right?
Well, if I cross my legs, they will.
I'm rolling, I got that.
Yeah, I know. I saw the light. Nobody wants to see that. Ugh.
What a crazy thing.
Isn't that crazy?
That's
Fucking
a
sucks.
sixth toe.
Don't wear the wrong size shoes. That's what happens. You get this fucking
That's
giant
insane.
melon of a thing and you can't fit in shit anymore. It sucks. Oh, hi, Chewy. Hi. You wanna go lay down? Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you.
All right, we're at 1 minute.
Wanna go outside? Come on.
Go outside. Go with mom.
Wants to be with you. Oh, you're putting your shoes on.
Oh, no. Go lay down.
Come on, Chewy.
Go lay down. Yeah, I love you. Go lay down. Careful.
I don't think I've held these things.
You've held the Nora cup and the medal, right? At Woodward. When it was
That's true.
Chewy.
It kind of looks gold with the white balance.
Yeah. You're a winner. You're a real winner in my book.
Second place for life, dude.
All right, what's up?
There we go.
Can you read it? It says mediocre at best on there.
You wish. Coulda.
All right.
Who'd you go up against?
Market zero.
Oh, that's rough.
First loser.
Yeah.
All right.
What could go wrong went up against Monster, so.
How do I act normal with this shit? Here we go.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's. There we go.
This is Ryan Chadwick, and he's a X Games silver medalist, a Nora Cup Video of the Year winner, and just an all-around better version of what I do.
Sure.
He's been, let's see, an inspiration and my competition for at least 13 years since his first I Got Work premiere that I traveled out to in Tempe from my parents' house in Glendale. And that was my first taste of like the local scene here in Arizona, and it's been a trip ever since. It's insane to think of how long it's been and how much we've fucking done since then.
It's been a wild ride, that's for fucking sure. It started with like, I don't know, Dustin and Sam and Lufa and Ballman, and then it turned into exactly those same guys.
Yeah.
Super weird, but yeah.
For real. And then Shadow, Sabroso.
Yeah. With all those same guys.
Dude, our paths in life are very fucking similar.
They're very side by side, but
It's
like
crazy.
almost like exactly the same but completely different.
Yeah.
Like I've always noticed that it's just been like I'm going, and then you're like, oh yeah, and I'm going, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna come right with
Yep.
you. But I remember like the first time that I met you, like when you were like really getting into the video stuff, and you told me like, oh yeah, I Got Work was like what got me to just start doing stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. Like
Hell yeah.
having an influence on someone is like a good feeling and stuff like that. But to see you take it to the next level and the next level and the next level, but not only that is like literally almost exactly the same path.
Yeah.
Local video.
Two local
Videos,
videos. Right?
working for a brand.
Yeah.
Working for almost the exact same brand. I work for Shadow, you work for Sabrosa, but we basically work for the
Yep.
same thing. Both went crazy.
Yeah.
Both quit.
Lived in Florida.
Both lived in Florida. But
I
we're
did
still
not
doing
last
it.
as long as you. Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, Florida's a crazy fucking place, and it's not for everyone, but...
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing is just like getting my dream job and then realizing
Literal
oh, shit.
dream job.
Yeah.
Like, that's the craziest one for me was like, oh, I got my dream job. What do you do after that?
Yeah. And then after quitting, I kind of felt like, okay, now I retire from filming for
Burnout,
a little bit.
done. Yeah.
And then you kind of over time realize, oh shit, this is what I would do if money didn't matter. Like,
Well, yeah, that's the exact same thing that happened to me. Is I quit to get a job at Fender Guitars because I was like, oh, I'm 30, probably need to like start taking care of myself and my family, my girlfriend, my dog, and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's like the next step. Like that's what an adult does.
Yeah.
Make that decision.
How long did that last?
Like 8 months. I literally got there and I was like, what did I just do? Like,
Shit.
It's an office job. Like, I was driving to Scottsdale like almost an hour every day, there and back. And then just sitting there, twiddling my thumbs, doing like press releases. Like, they told me I was going to do a bunch of video stuff and this and that. And it just ended up never really kind of like turning out how I wanted it to be. But the main thing was, I was like, I don't know if you saw that Instagram post I made the other day about like, 2 years ago I quit, and then I did one, and then I got the Nora Cup, and then a year after that I did the X Games and I got the silver medal. It's like all that stuff came because I was like losing my shit at this job and realizing, fuck, totally not done with what I wanted to do, but also at the same time like it's like saying you made a mistake, but like I had to make that mistake. Like I had to quit. I had to like change everything to realize that like this is what I wanted to do.
Which kind of makes it like not a mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like had I not done it, like if I could go back and change how I went about things, I probably would have. But I would never not do it because it wouldn't have led me to where I got to now.
Yeah. So
And like now it's cool. Obviously, working on your own shit is way harder than working for someone because you don't have like the consistency of
I'm
work
definitely
and stuff.
afraid of freelance, and that's what you're doing.
That's
full bore
full
right
blown.
now. Yeah,
I have
You made the
nothing
jump,
else. Yeah, I was helping a friend with like social media on his thing, but it got to the point where it just kind of like didn't really make sense for both of us to be doing it because it was like kind of like a small business, Tony. And so now, like as of like 2 weeks ago, it's like 100% just on my own, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
But
You just sent me
it's
that
exciting.
reel. Are you gonna post that reel
I'm
today,
trying to work
tomorrow?
on the website, a video reel, and then I'm just gonna try and get as much work as humanly possible. Hopefully, people want to deal with
He's
me.
a very talented videographer for hire.
Yeah, I just want to. I don't know. I just want to do stuff that I like and that I think is cool. I don't want to work for anybody else. Well, that's not true. Like I'll work for people because
That's
you
how it
have
goes,
to.
yeah.
But I want to be in control of my own shit. I don't want to sit in an office 9 to 5. Like that's not for people like us. Like you work in an office, but like you at least have like freedom to go places and stuff like that. Like at Fender, I had no freedoms at all. And after working,
They put you on like a timer for lunch and shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
You have a
yeah.
30-minute lunch.
Oh yeah,
If you're not
I got
back, you're in trouble.
yelled at for leaving at 5:30 when we closed because my boss was the type of person that wouldn't leave until like 7, and then she'd get there the next day at like 5 in the morning.
Oh, cool.
Which like for some people that's awesome. Like
Yeah.
like Ronnie, like
Yeah.
he does that and he crushes it because that's like his passion, his life. This lady was like, this is just she just went out of her way to make it miserable for everyone else. That was one of the main reasons why I quit. But it's crazy, man. Like I never expected to be in this position, but now that I'm here, it's like super awesome, but also terrifying at the same time. Because like
You're alive right now.
yeah. Like I gotta be fully responsible for everything and make sure that everything's good. And
I think you managed to find the one BMX project that could actually make you decent money, and that's getting silver medal in the Games.
oh my god, yeah, that was like, thank you, Simone.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy has carried me so far, and I'll be the first person to admit it. Like I literally would not have anything without him. But it's cool because like the first thing I ever worked on was putting the titles on his Welcome to Shadow edit, not his Pro Team, because that I made, but the one before it. To that, what was that song that's like
Yeah. I know exactly what you're
oh my
talking
god,
about.
that song is, oh my god, stuck in my head for so long. It was insane. But that was before he ever came to the States. First time he ever came to the States, he came with me, went to California, went to Stolen with Sam and rode the ramps. We made like a Sabrosa edit, and then we started working on that Pro Team edit. And from there on, like he turned into the guy,
He
like
evolved,
the literal guy, and I was just like right there along with him. I was like, sick.
From day
Thanks,
one,
dude.
That's
Like,
so sick.
I mean, I got lucky, and
He's special, man. It's wild.
He is
every
unbelievably
every year
special.
his writing evolves, and that's what.
That I would 100%. He'd probably be the top 3 reasons why I am where I am. Like, first one would be Ronnie, second one would be Ryan, and then the third one would be Simone. Yep. Like, I like, there's no denying it.
Yeah.
Second place, come on,
Gypsy
that's all Simone.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, you did great.
yeah, for sure. Like, but I learned how to get better because I saw the need to legitimize what I did. Like, when I got the job, like, I was good, but not great. Like, I wasn't like.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I was one of your biggest haters.
Yeah, exactly. You just evolve from what it is because you're put in a position of like, I have to do this. Like, there's no, I have this job. I can't just like bullshit and come out with nothing. So I just, took stuff that I liked and I was like, oh, I like that. I'll do a little this, a little that, and make it. And then eventually it evolves into your own thing.
There's this phrase that my dad always said, and it's like stuck in my head forever, but it makes a lot of sense. It's, he who stops getting better ceases to be good. And just like you have to keep evolving and keep
you got to keep trying.
Shit. Yeah.
That was kind of what got me to like the point where I was like, I need to do something different, is because I got so comfortable with what I was doing with Shadow and at Sparky's and stuff that I was like, I felt like I was cheating myself and I was cheating all the dudes. Like, I just wasn't passionate about it. I was just totally,
it becomes a job.
Yeah, I was just totally burnt out and like
anything you do every day.
Yeah. I will say that like Ryan and Ronnie were the most supportive people when it comes to me making that decision. They were like, totally understand. Like, obviously I caught them off guard because like, one, I didn't know I was getting the job until like literal last minute, but 2, because you
put in a lot of time, so
it's a big change and stuff. So
but dude, back to Simone and pushing you to get better, because he is very picky. Like, of all the people I've ever filmed with
in the history of world. Yeah, you fucking know. You filmed with him. A lot too.
That like he's always been just okay. Fuck, I'm like actually nervous. Am I getting the angle right?
Yeah.
No, man, over there.
Well, that's the cool thing about Simone too, is like he knows what he wants in literal every sense of the word. Like, when I spent, we went to Barcelona entirely for that X Games
I want to
thing
talk about that
3 times, but he knows exactly what he wants. He knows how he wants it to look. He knows how he wants it to feel. He knows the song style that he wants. Like, he's
a director.
He is 100% a director. That dude, I am not worried about doing anything after BMX. He will be the most successful dude.
Big time.
No matter what he does. It's crazy. I love that kid.
And he'll always have a cat.
He'll always have a cat.
He'll always paint.
He'll always paint.
I would love to spend some time in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's a painting by Simone right there. Oh, it was already in frame.
No, that's okay.
We don't.
And this is Sam Burrows.
Hi Sam. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hi Sam.
I don't know if it really makes any sense, but I love it.
Yeah, you got a dope backdrop for us.
That's all Lindsay. I didn't do any of that.
Oh yeah, the interior design. Yeah. Chadwick is a much cleaner person than I am, which is cool. And his house is so fucking cute. It's in
all Lindsay.
Yeah, it's
all
in this
Lindsay.
neighborhood in Tempe, and I don't know, you guys.
We got lucky.
Let's have a little look around, dude.
Yeah.
We got the Chewy over there.
There's my dog. He's sleeping as per usual.
You get it, right?
Star Wars stuff.
It's beautiful in here.
Yeah, TV.
I used to live 2 streets down from here, and
everyone used to live 2
our house
streets
was
down
like the
from
complete
here.
opposite of this.
This neighborhood was cracking for a little bit.
It really was. It should be again, man. I'm looking for a place
It's
to
too
go.
expensive.
This is the place to go.
This is the only place that you could afford to live anymore, is this house. This one singular house. Everything else is just absurd.
How much money did you get from X Games?
How much money did I get?
Is that acceptable? Can I ask you that?
I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty common knowledge, I would assume, from anybody who's been participating in it and stuff. I think it's like you get, so it's the 2 guys, filmer, rider. You get 10 grand total to do your trip, like, or all your trips. Like, that's your budget to do it.
Does it have to be spent on travel, or like, do you get to just?
I mean, it's just yours to do with whatever you please and stuff like that. And then from there, if you get bronze, it's 5 grand extra split between the 2. Silver, it's 10 grand split between the 2, and gold is 20.
Nice.
20 or 15. Don't quote me on any of that. So I think total Simone and I split Oh, and then fan favorites an extra $5. So we
Sick.
got, I think it was like 25 grand total.
Hell yeah,
And then we
dude.
split it between the both of us, and then minus the cost of the trips and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Because I went to Barcelona 3 times.
Yeah.
And
What's
then,
the ticket to round trip? To Barcelona?
I think I was able to do those 3 trips for 2 or 3 grand total, which isn't bad, like, you know, considering it was only me traveling. Simone was, you know, chilling at home, and, you know, we got the bonus of staying at his place and
Yeah, I
all
was
that
gonna
kind of
ask,
stuff. So
what'd
we
you
were
say?
able.
What was it like?
It was crazy because, like, you know, in the span of 4 months, I went to Barcelona 3 times, and that's like pretty exhausting
Yeah.
and stuff. But, you know, by the time I've been there 3 or 4 times before that, so like it's kind of comfortable. But like you stay at the same place, like you're hanging out with a local. It's really easy. It was really comfortable. So like for this new one, I'm like kind of like, oh shit, it's gonna cost like. I'm always thinking like
Yeah, because you guys are in it next year.
Yeah.
obviously.
We
So,
get to come back because we got the fan favorite and stuff. So like
So
we're
sick.
trying to figure out right now what it is that we want to do and stuff, and I'm trying to budget it and everything like that because obviously I don't have a job. I
Yeah.
got to make sure that all that stuff, you know.
You should totally do
sticks
the
with
vice
it.
versa, like have him come here.
Well,
multiple times. Just
yeah,
Arizona
but he
videos.
doesn't want to travel that much.
Yeah.
Understandably so. He's the talent, he gets to choose.
You
But I
bet,
think
you bet.
I do think we're gonna go to the Northeast and maybe do New
Okay,
York
yeah.
City, Philly, like the places that Simone needs to ride.
Yeah.
That he really hasn't. Like
Mhm.
he's never had a riding trip, like a real riding trip. At least I don't think to New York City. We
Damn.
went to Philly a long time ago for like a Northeast tour, but like we didn't get to like ride street that
Yeah.
much. But like to me, like that's like quintessential. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
would
saying.
love
That's
to
what
see
I'm
that.
saying. So that's the general idea. Where I was literally talking to him this morning about trying to figure it out. But we'll probably do Barcelona again because like how could you not?
Yeah.
So we'll figure it
So
out.
talk
though.
about like a trip to Barcelona for filming for that, because like that's
That whole process was like the easiest thing we've ever done together. It like felt so like natural and meant to be that it was like oddly.
so like for example, day one you
It was
show
just
up. Does he
crazy.
have like a list of tricks in mind and spots, or is it?
No,
You can
that's
pedal around
that's the
and
funny
explore.
thing is like Simone's like more along the lines of like kind of like let's see what happens type of thing, which you know when you're taking a trip to Barcelona you're kind of like
Yeah.
let's like have a plan, but like there's so much stuff it doesn't matter. But when I showed up, he's like, all right, dude, I got it. Let's just take the train and let's just go some places and see what we find. I was like, all right, yeah,
Sick.
like why not? Like Barcelona's pretty, I mean, blown out. It's not blown
Yeah.
out because there's so much stuff, but
The main like staple
the
spots, maybe.
staple spots are there. And if you watch the video, you know, there's obviously like 1 or 2 things that you can't get away from not riding
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like we spent, you know, days just like riding around and stuff
Exploring.
like that. Yeah. So, you know, I got there and the first trip I think was like closer to like 2 weeks because we really kind of wanted to like see what we got. We didn't want to just like show up with like a week and you know maybe he gets hurt or something like that, so I like really want to like maximize it. And we're hanging out. We hang out with Pato, who was living with him at the time, this Argentinian dude who's just like rad as fuck, just super stoked on riding and just wants to go out and explore. And popped on some trains, went some places. If something caught his eye, you know, he was kind of into it. But really that first trip was kind of just like feeling it out,
Yeah.
seeing how it would go, what we kind of needed and everything like that. We watched a lot of the old ones, kind of get clip counts and stuff like that, because like you only have a minute and a half, so you got to be pretty specific.
Yeah.
Talked about song and stuff like that. He said he was going to talk to this dude Ken about making a beat or something like that,
Yeah,
which
'cause
he
it
ended
has
up
to be cleared music.
yeah,
right?
it's got to be cleared music. You can go through their library, but like looking through like
I've done that,
you know,
yeah.
it's so hard, dude. Just finding music in general is hard, but
There's a couple of songs I remember that I was stoked on, but other than that,
yeah,
just
yeah.
any
I mean,
general audio
you can
libraries,
find stuff.
like-
It's just the process is just mind-numbingly awful.
So he had somebody custom do that.
Yeah, this dude Ken
Barcelona,
Garani,
Barcelona.
he made that BCN Kills, and like he made so many different versions, and we got to like kind of like be like, oh, I like that, I like this, take that out to put this in, type of thing. And it was like it was a really cool process because like literally the whole thing was just like me and Simone, and then obviously you know Ken helping with the music and stuff, but like it was us going out together on the trains. Stu would come and do behind the scenes on that first trip and stuff like that, which was cool. But, you know, for the most part, it was just Simone and I hanging out and going riding.
What time do you guys get out? Is he sleeping in?
He doesn't sleep in.
At him like, let's go, kid.
I mean, I was jet lagged too, so I was like a little bit slower than I usually was, but like he was on it. Like he was like, we were probably out the door like 10 or 11, and then sometimes train rides would be like an hour. Yeah. You know that big. I'm
surprised there wasn't any like train B-roll if you're spending that much time.
There was like in some of this stuff, but it was like so small. I wanted to do more, but like I don't know why it felt weirder to have it inside because it kind of seemed like it was taking away from like the cool outside stuff. So that's why I use like the cars and stuff more. But there's a couple of things in there.
It's funny, that video I watched 25 times. Like each time you pick up one more little detail.
That's my main thing was like trying to put as much into it as I could in the minute and a half. That was like, I was like, we have to literally like jam pack this thing fucking full.
Yep.
So like that first trip, the main clip that we got was the banger, which was like the 180 bar nose bonk on the pole, and that kind of like set it off as like,
there's
all right,
a question.
We got.
Why is the 540 to tap
Simone,
not the banger? He's like
he chose, So basically, we do the whole trip. Like he got hurt a couple of times. He hurt his heel. He hurt his wrist, I think, or his wrist. He fell on his hands pretty bad, but like got okay with like injuries and stuff like that. But it took 3 trips to really like get the thing. The 540 was the last clip we filmed. The whole time we're doing it, we're kind of putting it together. Like
at night, just do a timeline.
Yeah. Like I started with the timeline, and then we kind of got like a rough of the song. We're like, let's throw it in. Let's see what it would do. And then the last trip, it was me and Simone. I made a version that I liked. Like literally sat there and I was like, cut it up real quick. Like, how I would want it to look, with all the tricks that I wanted in the timeline.
Song's not done though, right?
Song's not done, but basically it is done. The general outline's there. And then I was like, Simone, what would you like? Like, let's edit it. So he told me the order that he liked, and I put it in. And we took both of those. We picked the favorite stuff that we liked from both of those, and we put them together, and that's basically like the finished thing. So like, it was like bracketed before I even left Barcelona. Yeah. And then I brought it back to Arizona and just
this is after
cleaned
the last
it up
trip, right?
After the last trip. So the reason for the 540 at the beginning was literally because that's what Simone wanted.
It's like a really good opening clip.
As much as it's my video, it's his video too. Yeah. Like it's 100% him. It's 75-25 for sure. Like obviously people are watching the video to watch Simone ride, and I want that project to be representative of him. And
big time.
I got the 540 as the banger, but like I don't know, the way he rolls out of the 180 bar, the fact that it was like the first thing we filmed, and this.
No, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah,
I think the first clip is more important than the last clip.
Yeah, I wanted to hook him. Yeah. You have to hook him.
Big
like
time.
There's the first banger and the beginning clip and the end clip are obviously the two most important clips.
I remember the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just
that's
in.
That's literally why. Like the 180 bar would have probably given like the same result,
similar, but not quite.
But not nearly as much as like that. Dude. And like when he told me he wanted to do that, I was just like, okay, like fuck it. I mean, you did the 180 bar, no problem. Like that's the thing with him is like you can't. He'll be like, I want to try something. You'll be like, all right, cool. Like, just let's see. And if it's not working, it's not gonna work, and he's cool. But if he wants to do it, like he's gonna fucking try. Like he was getting bodied on those 540s, which
I believe it.
Which for Simone, like seeing him
trick.
like actually like go down and stuff is like it's interesting because he really knows how to fall, but like he doesn't really do it that often.
Yeah, he's a fucking gymnast.
He is a gymnast, literally an actual gymnast, but also figuratively, that dude is
he's
like
the white Italian Gabe Brooks.
Yeah.
Watching Gabe bail out of shit was incredible, but Simone's pretty similar.
I've never seen anybody fall from as high as Simone, land on his feet, and then just like casually like walk away like nothing happened.
It's okay.
Like my knees would just explode out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole thing was.
Is there any like leftover footage?
Most of that stuff got used in the Sabrosa his frame promo thing with like the spray paint intro and stuff. That was kind of like Shadow and Sabrosa, shout out to them. Ryan and Ronnie hooked it up with some cash for travel, so they could cover our flights, and we could hang on to as much of the money as we possibly could, because obviously it's a pretty good payday for people like us that don't really have very many opportunities. So, you know, those guys were rad. And so I took all the leftover footage. I made that little promo and stuff like that and everything. I wanted to get more, but in the process of doing it, like, you know, Simone's pretty specific about what he likes to do and stuff like that. So we didn't really end up with a lot more extra than that. I thought we were going to come out with a million clips because it's Simone and like he's so capable and stuff, but he was very specific about what he wanted to do and what he wanted to try, which I totally respect, because the times that he did get hurt, I mean, half the people in that contest got hurt.
Oh yeah.
Like if everyone didn't get hurt, who knows if we would have even gotten the silver type of thing. But like, you know, Simone, he had some issues, but nowhere near as bad as the other guys, and that actually is on top of the fact that like he specifically didn't want to like send himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, not that he couldn't, because Simone can hang. Like, Simone can do some big shit. I've seen him do some gnarly stuff that people would be like, wait, what? Mm. But that wasn't what he wanted to do with the video part. He wanted to make something that was, like, really representative of what he likes to do. There was some jib shit. There was some, like, real shit, new shit.
I want to talk about that, because, like, I don't think a lot of writers will just, like, I can do this trick, I'm going to go do it there. And like Simone somehow turned it into art. He's like, well, he
literally doesn't want to do anything that makes
no filler.
Well, he just doesn't want to do anything that would just screams obvious. Yeah. You know, he's very collected about how he approaches things, and he's like a wizard, dude. Like, he just looks at something and you'd be like, oh, you could do like insert stock trick here, and he's like, no, I'll do like fucking this 182.
I get that this, you did like, the face, dude. That's him.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's the most amazing, frustrating dude on planet Earth, because like he's so specific and so determined to do the thing that he wants to do that like nothing will stop him from doing it besides himself. If he's over it, he's like, fuck it, I'm fucking done. It's like, cool. I don't have to guess anymore. Mm-hmm. You know those moments where you're watching someone and you can tell they're just like, oh, they're so over it, and you're like, kind of over it too. Yeah. And they give up, and you're just like, if it's a really awesome thing, I'll always be like, come on, dude, 3 more, 3 more. But if they're just like, you're just like, eh.
Have you ever done that and then have somebody get hurt? Because that's the fucking worst.
Oh yeah, at Swampfest, I asked Kaczynski if he wanted to get a lead, and it's kind of different.
Still very similar, yeah.
But it was like a gap to tires down this like rail. It was just on a Swampfest setup, so it was like kind of prefab skate, not prefab, but
Swampy.
skateboard. Yeah, it was a little rough, but like not too bad. It's Kaczynski. I was like, all right, it's Kaczynski. He's got this. And he looped out and he kind of like folded his knee back, and I was like, oh my god, I killed Kaczynski. I was like, I killed fucking BK, man. And this was the first time I had really filmed with him, because I went there with GT through Albert and Ben Ward and stuff like that, and I was like, that's good first impression.
Yeah,
you want to get a lead, look like a fucking amateur, and he just folds his knee back. But he was totally cool about it. But dude, that guy gets him so mad. Like, it's like go! But he's like, that's what he needs to like to kick.
He has an inner beast that like, it's crazy.
That dude, oh my god.
I've never filmed with him that much.
You should, because it's like your hands are just like going like this the whole time.
He's the nicest man. Yeah, he's so sweet.
So sweet, but he's so dialed too. Mm-hmm. Like, he did this nollie manual on this stupidest rail, and it was like perfect. He caught it before like the second upright, and it was just like, I would be hard pressed to even try and like double peg down the rail.
That mentality is something I learned real early. I'm not that guy at all. Like, I am.
I think too much. That's my biggest thing. Is like, I've always thought of everything that could go wrong, what could go wrong. But you know, that's like literally what holds me back.
45 seconds, because this thing only films for 30 minutes. So.
Aw, are we gonna do a 2-parter?
Oh, we're just gonna keep it going. Ready?
We're gonna keep going.
Hey, welcome back to the
show. We're really talking.
Yeah, I know, man. Time's flying right now.
Cheers, Waterloo.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about Simone for another half hour?
Yeah, right. I could. I really could. He's a great dude. I love that guy like a brother. So, again, carry me. Mm-hmm. Literally carried. It's like when you're playing Fortnite and someone better than you just carries
Speaking of
you.
that, I'm playing Fortnite with Devin Smiley last night, and
Oh,
I randomly
Devin
like,
Smiley.
Yeah.
Let me just
that new
say,
video, right?
love that guy.
Yeah.
Really want to film something with him, Devin. Just really want to film something with you. Just let me know anytime.
He's most chill. He's the chillest.
Back in the day,
But
he was.
I
Like,
asked him who his
this
favorite
close
writer
to
was.
Shadow.
He was like Simone.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or to watch it.
even if people don't admit it, their favorite writer is Simone.
Yeah.
For
So
sure.
here's how it went. I was like, so randomly, who's your favorite writer? And he's like, that's a tough question. Like, can you really pick one? And I was just like, yeah. There's
Do you
like,
do it over?
There's
Do you
definitely
use voice comm
oh
and
yeah,
everything?
Dude. We're
That's
fucking.
cute.
We
I
got
love it.
pro comms going. Like,
That's okay.
there's a guy coming north, southwest, whatever. I got shields for you, all that shit.
45.
Yeah.
45.
Exactly. Calling out the you game too.
Yeah. I
So,
play a lot of games.
We I said there's definitely like a group of writers who I won't miss if they drop a new video. Like I'm there.
Yeah, you
first
have
thing.
to watch it. Yeah.
And then he's like, well, I think I'm definitely most excited when a Simone video comes out.
Yeah. And
we all are.
Yeah, and it's very it doesn't happen very often, which is another part of I think his allure and stuff like that. Is like when you see Simone footage, you know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I was joking, but I think we might actually talk about Simone.
That's fine. I don't care. I'll talk about Simone all day. I'll talk about any of the guys.
I'm trying to remember my favorite like memory from Sabrosa trips, but they're all such a blur.
Yeah, all Sabrosa trips are a blur.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I didn't see. I kept the shadow guys like no fun zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, crack it like a fucking whip. But we got shit done, so I can't really hate. But I always liked kind of like going sort of on a Sabrosa trip or hanging out while it was
and
going
not being
on.
responsible for the fact that they're
Like I went to Vegas to
party
hang
animals.
out for a little bit when you guys were up there for like a day, and I was like, oh yeah, this isn't how I'm gonna run this.
This is
stuff.
hectic.
But those videos always turned out really cool. That was like, I really enjoyed the fact that you were working on Sabrosa stuff, because
Yeah, man, those are my like 3 favorite videos. Or 3 of my favorite. Those feel like big projects.
the Atlanta, the Vegas,
Atlanta, Albuquerque, Vegas.
Yeah, those videos were great. I actually
Yeah.
really like those videos. I really actually like everything that you do because you kind of approach it from almost the opposite way that I approach everything. That's why it's like when I said earlier, it's like the same but completely different. It's like we do the same thing, but the way we approach things is very different. But I think that's what caused like so much. So if you don't know, me and Bobby, we've had a very tumultuous relationship of like, you know, kind of up and down and stuff like that. But it only came from the fact that I think there was like a mutual respect of what each other did. And now that we're both out of like the business side of things, of me being a TM and you know, being the videographer for like the same brand and stuff like that, I personally have really enjoyed watching like where you've taken it and like kind of grown. Like the fact that you did Lightworks is really cool to me.
Thanks.
Like I know that type of project's really hard, and you made it so much harder by just making it at night and stuff. But the fact that you did it is crazy, because most people would just give up. I think you 3 years ago probably would have just given up, or however many years
it's a weird
before
one.
it, because like it's so hard to do that. But like,
well, I think any like Troy would know, the people close in the video know that it was a give up type situation where everybody thought like it wasn't going to happen at least 5 or 6
well,
times.
I mean, like you joke about that stuff a lot too, which, you know, isn't going to add
I think
anything
I genuinely
to it.
am just like, yeah, I'm not doing it, and then like the next hour
But
I'm just
but
like,
that's
okay, we're
what
fucking
gets you
doing it.
motivated,
Yeah.
I think, and stuff. But like that kind of like over time I started to realize like that's just kind of how you approach things. But the fact your hustle is still really, really strong. And it just like, I think it took me leaving and separating myself from like the real BMX side of stuff to realize like how much I respect what you do, and also to like feel cool, or not cool, but good about it, because like, not that I had a part in it, but like we kind of, there's a reason that we're still friends and we hang out, and like we're both still kind of doing the same thing, and it kind of started from that same little
You
place.
like that you're an influence on me.
I just like, I like that me doing something caused someone else to do something,
Fuck yeah.
and they're still continuing to do that, because that happened to me. Like I looked up to, you know, obviously like Peric and Stu and all these filmers from before and stuff like that. I'm like, I want to do that, and I watch their stuff. Like even Fudger when he was doing San Diego BMX.com back in the day, kind of got me into filming my friends and doing video stuff. And like, he's still in it. Like I was thinking the other day, I was on BMX board.
He's deep in the game.
I was on BMX board when I was 13. I was telling Lindsay this literally, I think last night. Yeah. And there was a how-to post that I made on how to 180.
Nice.
Yeah. And I went on BMX board yesterday because it still exists. I don't post on it, but like every like, I don't know, 2 months I'll look just to see what those guys are doing and stuff like that. But after working in the industry and stuff, I found out so many fucking people were on it and like are still in it. Like Fudger was on it. Casey was on it. Sure was on it. Like all these people were on it and still doing it, and like we're all still doing it. And I
was on the off-brand version of that. I was on bmxforum.com.
Was that part of Bike Guide?
Similar. No, so there was like Bike Guide, BMX board, and then BMX Forum, which was like,
oh my god,
almost like a family-friendly version. But Eli Taylor is the only other dude that I know from.
That dude's a savage.
Yeah, and he was like 13 years old, wearing a helmet in his backyard, doing 540s from a flat deck to his grass landing.
Me and him
shit.
were both like 13, posting dumb stuff, and he
crazy.
looked like me. We both had long hair and glasses, and like looked like idiots, and we're both still doing the same thing. It's
so wild, this whole like BMX community / family.
It's a weird journey thing that's like going on for way longer than I ever anticipated and stuff like that. But it's cool, and that's like just to see you not give up and just be like, because after Florida you could have totally just been like, fuck this,
killed myself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's hard. You weren't in the best scenario.
I moved back to my parents' house and was still doing Sabrosa, but I needed more money to pay off credit card debt, so I hit up this guy, and ever since I've been kind of growing with him and doing all that shit. But Mediocre at Best 2, you got some clips. How many do you have so far?
2, I think.
2.
But
we gotta
that's
get more.
because we went out one time.
Yeah.
And I spent 9 hours trying to do a double peg. But no, I want to do that tomorrow. It's crazy. I never expected to continue.
You're better riding than you ever have been, huh?
It feels sometimes like I think riding with like all the pro guys and stuff gave me like a better like understanding of how like bikes work and stuff like that. That like.
What do you mean how bikes work?
Like I put brakes on, was it maybe like 2 years ago? Cause like I rode brakes back in the day, and like I would always like change up my setup and do like gyro or like brakeless, 4 pegs, 3 pegs, 2 pegs, no pegs. Like I would just fuck around and change stuff up. I put brakes on like 2 years ago just to mess around and see like what it was, and I was like doing stuff that I like always dreamed about doing, but was never ever able to fully like figure
what?
out.
Like Fufanoos and shit?
Nah, Fufanoos, like, just like, fuck, I don't know, it was like weird tech lippy trick stuff that I thought was like way out of my realm of possibility, but for some reason now works better than it did back then. Maybe because like I've been riding
bike control,
bike control's gotten way better and stuff like that, but like I feel like I've gotten better as I've gotten older, not necessarily progressed more, but just like kind of like understand my bike a little bit more and stuff like that.
Dude, watching you ride the ramps at Woodward was a treat. It's crazy.
I just love wood ramps.
Did you start on ramps?
Yeah, well, kinda. Me and Sam started when we were like 13, and we both took our brakes off right away because it was like Rat Boy, the Gons. That was the thing to do. Cut your bars so you're like riding like this and like totally fucking your whole everything up. My wrist, my back, like everything hurts. But eventually, because like at that point everyone rode everything, but like the shit was wood parks and stuff. Like you would always see wood parks at in Road Fools and like contests and stuff. So Vans opened, we would go to like the 8 a.m. session or 7 a.m. maybe even. It's like me, Ballman, Sam, Dustin. We'd get up super early, we'd go do that. So like that ramp stuff was like really what I liked to ride and what I kind of grew up. And then all that stuff went away. And we got like, we got awesome street stuff and awesome concrete parks and stuff. But like wood ramps will always be like hands down favorite because they're less scary than concrete. And I mean Woodward.
Yeah, why is that even?
I don't know.
I feel like it hurts very similar.
Yeah, it probably hurts the same, but like for some reason it just feels like it was
that
like
tactile feeling.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like made for this.
And
or
the
something.
sound. I think the sound of it is
Love
what it
the
is.
sound.
Concrete sounds like it's painful, dude.
You're also inside most of the time, so it's like a little bit more comfortable of a situation and stuff. But Woodward is like on a whole nother level because everything's built perfectly. Yeah. Everything's like the same size. And everyone who's riding it is so comfortable with it. Like,
they're so good.
If Dustin wasn't there, like, I wouldn't be doing half that stuff. But Dustin's there and he rides it literally every single day. It's like super motivating and stuff. Plus, when I go on trips, I get like a huge shred boner. Yeah. Like, I want to ride as much as possible. I want to go as fast as I can. I want to jump as high as possible. Yeah. Because I don't get to do that all the time.
We were all 15 years old again on that trip.
100%.
Sure.
100%.
Well, not me. I was in pain. Hemorrhoids.
Yeah, hemorrhoids. Hell yeah. I've never seen anybody have more of a miserable time, but also really enjoy themselves.
Yeah, it was fun to just hang out with you guys and watch.
Screaming.
That's the most unrelatable shit, dude. Yeah. Did I scream?
No, you said you were like biting down on like a spoon or something like that, or like some.
I had the most painful shit of my life. And then I just sat on the sidelines like on my stomach while you guys were all riding.
What a random crew of dudes too.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. And then Clay and Robbie show up late, and the street dogs at Woodward.
But those guys, just the same.
They can ride tranny like motherfuckers.
Exactly. Like Robbie's doing trucks and flips and, you know, like all those guys. Because those guys rode vans when we were riding vans. Like, that's the craziest thing is the amount of people that I've known since I was, like, a child and I'm not anymore. Like, I started riding when I was 13. I'm 33. Yeah. So 20 years of my life I've been riding, and I've known people since that long. Yeah. And that's just
it's super rare. Like, what other thing in life is there?
Oh, yeah. You talk to, like, you know, the Joe Schmo or like fucking some geek off the street, and he's just like, my best friend I've known for 2 years. I worked with him. It's like, that sucks. Like, my best friend I've known since I was from kindergarten, and everyone else is from like 13 years old on. It's badass.
We could probably like be okay traveling the world. Just
we could like, go anywhere.
We got this network of BMX
I mean,
fam.
that's the MO, man.
Pretty grateful for that.
Yeah, you don't know what you got until like you need to actually utilize it. I was like, I don't really know it. I mean, I know people in the Northeast and stuff like that, but like not anybody where I'd be like, you know, just be like, yo, let me crash. Like, I just because I don't want to take advantage of it, but I know there's about 1,000 people that would be like, oh, you and Simone want to come while you're filming? They'd be like, yeah, come on, stay with us. Like, I've done that. Like, we met 2 German kids at Chandler. Like, I don't know, this is probably like 9 years ago. Literally didn't say anything to us the entire time, except for like the last hour of the session. We were just kind of got to talking. They were like, yeah, we're from Germany. We're just like, we're just riding the skate park and we don't really have anywhere to stay. It's like, come stay with us. And they stayed with us for like 3 days, and we never even talked to them for more than an hour and stuff. But it was badass. Felix
Prangenberg?
No. I did meet him when he was like a child, like 12 or 13 at Barcelona X Games with Simone. That was pretty cool. And just especially now to see him like fucking like
all the kiddos that grow up. I remember Sean McCanny was like a famous 10-year-old on
Florida. I filmed a premium BMX edit at the Vans Park out there when he was just this little squirt.
Yeah.
And it was like, he's so funny. Like, he was like 13, but he acted like he was like 20, and he was just talking shit. And I was like, this kid is ridiculous. like really, really funny, but also like, who the fuck does this kid think he is? Like, he's talking to me like he's known me forever and stuff. But I actually really enjoyed it because like he's kind of stayed that same kid the whole time type of thing. Granted, he had like a little period where he's like a little too cool to talk to me, but it's cool, Sean. I understand. We're good now.
I highly doubt he's watching.
You never know. You never know. You always got to see.
Oh man. How long have you lived in this house? Forever?
Should I call Lufa? He's kind of my memory bank.
13 years.
Yeah. No, that's Lufa is my memory. I have such a bad memory that I have to like thank God for him. He's been on almost all the shadow trips that I've been on. He'll tell me what I don't remember. He's like my historian. But I think we've been here for 4 or 5 years now.
That's pretty sweet.
Best house in Tempe, dude. Got a killer deal on rent. We got an awesome landlord, and it's a good spot. It's kind of old and falling apart. But
did you talk to that guy? Are you gonna do the fucking rent to own or whatever?
Oh, I'm not sure. It's like his childhood house, so like him wanting to sell it is a little bit up in the air. But it's so cheap that it makes more sense to rent than to worry about buying. But I think it's getting to the point for Lindsay and I that we kind of want to like take the next step to, you know,
Buy
get
a
a
house.
house and
It's interesting
getting
because like
shit
for
organized.
work, I'm filming realtors, and a lot of them have been doing a video lately talking about like how it's sometimes smarter to rent.
Yeah.
Over the long term, apparently there's studies done, but like
you spend
less
for what
when
I'm
you're
spending
not-
for the size of the house that I have, like,
Yeah.
and I have a garage and like stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like I lucked out, like
It's
total
fire.
knock on wood,
Yeah.
like keep it going for as long as possible. But shit happens, you know. The AC went out last night when it's
Yeah.
115.
Is it
That
fixed
sucks.
now?
Yeah,
It feels like it's fixed,
It's
yeah.
good now, and like
No sleep last night?
it's hot.
Oh
You got
man,
the
I
dog.
hate sweating and sleep.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
I hate sweating in general, and I sit here and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's hot. Like I'm sweating on the couch.
Yeah,
That's
same.
fine.
I don't want to go back outside.
No,
man.
I'm not going outside.
Black
today.
jeans was a mistake today. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm moving in with my parents.
What?
Yeah.
When?
End of August.
Why?
I just made it official with Eric. My mom offered it to me because I owe some money.
She
to the
offered
IRS.
it to you.
Yeah.
Hey, you know you could move back home.
Yeah, she was like, free rent until you
Free
pay off your
rent,
debts.
free dinner,
Yeah. So
all the snacks.
I'm
Your
about
mom
to move
did
back in
good
with my
snacks.
parents. She's actually been on the keto health kick a little bit.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't,
Ooh,
I think, do
I saw
like
a-
full keto, but like
Intermittent fasting article
Mhm.
that reminded me of you.
it's a fancy word for
Oh,
not,
it's
don't
gone.
eat all the time.
It's the truth behind intermittent fasting.
Oh, don't let me read it.
But I think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fucking great for
yeah.
you, man. It gives your body.
you look
a-
good.
Thank you.
You look good.
Yeah, you just
Anybody
give your
calling
body
you
a-
too skinny?
Not yet.
Everyone calls
my mom
me
will be
too
the first to
skinny.
do it. My mom will be like, "You're too skinny. You need some meat on your bones."
That's because moms care.
Yeah, but also there's like, what is too skinny? Like, I
Talk to
can't
my friends.
picture it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you're fine, man.
Yeah, but they
You could
tell
go to
me
the
I'm
gym,
not.
man. You could
I'm getting
puff
skinny
up.
shamed.
What are you eating?
Nothing. There's just a really long
just
period
eat
of time
once on
where I
Fridays.
was eating 2 slices of sourdough toast and 2 eggs for dinner, for like pretty much every night.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's how you got skinny.
Well, yeah, that's what I figured,
That's
but it
fine.
wasn't like intentionally like I'm not trying to be skinny.
Yeah.
I was already kind of like thin as is, but I don't want to get any thinner. So
Yeah, I feel bad for
But
people
we-
who are
we
like
grew up big.
genetically skinny.
we
Yeah.
grew up big.
See,
So-
so you grew up big.
I
but, like,
was a big guy.
a lot of
The
people-
heaviest I was at the end of I Got Work 2. I was 225 pounds, which isn't really
That's
big.
me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm normally weigh like 180.
Yeah.
So that's like 45 extra pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weight.
But were
and
you
stuff.
skinny kid growing up?
No. I
Okay.
was wide, and then I hit a growth spurt at like 14, and I
So
got
what does
taller.
that mean? That's slow metabolism, right? Because I have a slow metabolism. Like
yes.
I remember my buddy being pissed at me because we went and worked out for a couple of weeks and I started seeing results and he didn't. Like 'cause
Yeah.
he has to eat way
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
bad for skinny people like,
Yeah.
that want to get bigger because you have to painfully eat.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
day.
Oh, that's what Lufa was telling me. He's like, dude, if you want to bulk up again, you're gonna have to eat like so many calories. I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't eat a ton of food in general. Like that's gonna be difficult.
And you never
for
like
me.
work out, huh?
No.
Do you stretch? Do you do?
Yeah. I had that super bad back problem.
Yep.
Mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Intro.
The intro line.
Yeah.
Chadwick's laying. We changed memory cards. Re-upped on sparkling water. I forget what we were saying.
I don't know what we're talking about. We enjoyed Lindsay's backyard.
Yeah. Lindsay's landscape lady.
Lindsay's landscape ladies. Is it obnoxious that this is in my living room, like in front of my TV?
Dude, it would be hanging around my neck if I wanted.
The answer is yes.
Lindsay
Yes, it's
doesn't
obnoxious,
like
but
it.
it's awesome.
Yeah. But it's okay.
Yeah.
I said I'd put it up there for a year. It actually has been a year.
Why
As of
would
a
you
couple of days
hide
ago.
it?
No, I'm not.
That's the
going
point of
to. Are
trophies.
you kidding me? That's the only thing I
Yeah.
wanted when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
I wanted that. I mean, the X Games thing's cool,
Yeah.
but like, come on.
No haircut, dude.
I'm not an actual X Games
I was so
athlete.
close. I was so close.
Were you?
Damn you, Christian Regal. Market zero.
Oh, you had 2 videos though. Remember? You were up against Goody for. Weren't you? Because when Goody was nominated, was that mediocre? Same time?
I don't think so. I remember.
We were at a Nora Cup together, and you were thinking
I
that
was in Austin. The one that I
was mediocre the same time as. What Could Go Wrong? No.
No. What
What
could go
was
wrong
it?
is after.
Because there was the Nora Cup that Forever Rolling premiered. I remember
Yeah,
that.
I didn't go to that one. I don't think. That
Was it a
after.
Texas one?
Yeah.
That
So
mediocre
it
was
the
that?
Texas one, and then
It must have been
Market
Goody
Zero
then.
one. Was Goody nominated during the Texas one?
I think so, yeah. I can't remember, though. Yeah,
Well,
bad memories.
I can't remember either, but
Yeah.
I just remember how fun it was, like, and how pissed I was after everybody all weekend was, like, chatting in my ear. Dude, it's the best video ever. You guys won. You guys won.
Oh, I
so
mean,
many people
that
were
same
like,
thing
you guys
with
won.
the X Games medal and stuff. It was like gold.
Yep.
Gold.
We all did that.
I knew, like,
Yeah, which is
a month
you're
and a half.
liar, dude.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to
Let's
spoil
tell
it.
that story, man.
Okay, I show everyone pretty much everything because, like, I get really excited about footage and stuff. I get
Same.
excited about edits. I get excited about, like, you know, I want to show people. I like to see people's reactions and stuff like that. X Games, I said, I'm not showing anybody anything until it comes out. Easier said than done.
Yeah,
because
which is crazy.
it's a long time. It's really awesome stuff. You get, like, super jazzed to, like, you know, be like, oh, is this cool? This cool? I was like, no, you know what? I'll give it a shot.
I asked you several times. Can I see it? Can I see
Everyone.
it? Nope,
Everyone
nope,
did.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah. So
Nope.
I basically told everyone I didn't know anything when I did know something because we needed to film, like, the metal stuff for the show and everything. So Stu told Simone and I, like, a month and a half early so that we could get medals and do everything. We were supposed to meet up at Swamp Fest and get them there, like, as a surprise, but Simone didn't go. So they had to, like, ship me my medal. I had to take a photo. They had to ship it to Simone. They lost one of Simone's.
Oops.
So there's a random real BMX medal just
Oh,
floating out
shit.
in Europe and stuff like that. But as much as it sucked to, like, lie to everyone, to, like, tell them that I didn't know, like, what was going on, like, I didn't really get to experience much with other people during that whole process. So I wanted to, like, kind of, like, save it for, like, save it and savor the moment. Like, the Nora Cup, I wasn't even at Nora. I didn't even get to accept that.
Yeah.
Like, so that's not even the actual one, too. So, you know.
So we're driving up to Woodward with, like, Ballman and the whole bachelor party crew, and we're all chatting in his ear, like, dude, you got it. Like, there's no way that you didn't get gold. And he's like, I don't know. Playing it all coy, like he doesn't know.
But you believed me.
And then, yeah. And then,
Sam knew. Sam knew. Because
you cheeky bastard.
I didn't tell him, but he found out because he was part of trying to get Simone the original medal and stuff.
So we're
like
all
that.
excited, and he gets us in the movie theater all together, and he's like, yeah, I swear, I haven't watched it yet. I don't know. And so I'm, like,
I didn't
sitting
watch
right by
it.
him, and I'm like, dude, you're going to win, you're going to win. And then it's silver, and we're all like, congratulations. And he just pulls out the medal.
Yeah.
I'm like, liar.
It is a hard thing, though, to, like, know that you didn't win and then have everyone tell you that you should have won.
Yeah.
But Simone wanted silver. Like, he literally said, like, if I have to kill myself trying to do, like, a big gnarly banger or just not do one and get silver, I'll take silver. I was like, I totally respect that. That's like Simone to a T. Like, he's just like, I don't need it. Like, it's cool. So, yeah, like, not being able to tell everyone is rough, but also, like, not being able to experience that stuff is, like, even kind of rougher. Because, like, I mean, you make videos to be watched and seen and stuff like that. And, like, you know, when you get, like, a cool reaction or, like, high views, it's, like, badass and stuff like that. But, like, for these two projects, it's, like, there's not really, like, for me, like, I didn't get to go to Nora and experience it. I was working at Local Trade, which was, like, that place that I was working at for a little bit after Fender, in between everything. That's where I edited one. Was like, I would, like, I bought a PC, a desktop PC, and I would bring it to the office, or not the office, but the shop, and set it up and edit there and stuff like that. But I was, like, live stream watching FaceTime and with Trey, and then watching it on the Ride BMX, like, live stream, and we won. And I was like,
cool, I wish I was there, guys.
type of thing. And you know, like I'll never, like, discredit it or anything like that, but obviously I would have rather it won for, like, what could go wrong, that I worked on, like, 4 years on, or 3.5, 4 years on, with the whole crew.
It's a new shift, like, web videos being nominated for video of the year, because it was always full lengths, and then
it's very different.
Now it is different.
It's very, very different. And I mean, like, it was a 2-week trip to Atlanta, and it was, like, a web video, but it was, like, more than it's just, like, it's always like that. It's not ever what you expect. Like, I feel like if you set yourself up for, like, the expectation, like, I was like, fuck yeah, like, we got this. We got what could go wrong. And so many people telling you got it, you got it, you got it. And then you don't get it, you're just like...
Who got it that year? You guys were nominated, right?
The Monster video.
Below,
which is an amazing video and everything like that. And obviously Monster is huge. And when you're doing like...
That one was in Vegas, I think.
Yeah, that was in Vegas.
There. Rich Forn bought me a drink. I was like, hi,
That's
I'm
dope.
Bobby.
You know,
I don't know who you are.
I've never met Rich Forn.
He said...
Did you watch that Safari video?
His mystery
that
is only exceeded by his power.
Yeah.
He's an enigma.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Did you watch that Safari video?
Of course.
So good.
Yeah,
like it's insane that like one person can get all that stuff in one trip.
I started questioning it. I'm like, did you buy this footage? Like, it's so good. There's no way you
so
filmed all those animals,
good.
dude. Yeah.
It's so good. It's insane. Like, I just don't understand how he does it, and I want to pick his brain so bad.
Same.
So bad.
Maybe I'll, like, do one of these. I'll see if I can get him on, like, a Zoom call.
He's like the new Perrick to me, though. Like, Perrick was just like this. He's the guy who did Forward. I'm not sure if you remember Dave Perrick.
No, but
he made...
Before my...
He made Nowhere Fast. He made Forward. He made the Empire video.
He's generations before me. But
Yeah, but Forward and Nowhere Fast are like my two favorite videos of all time. But he didn't talk to anybody. Like he was never in. Very mysterious, and like I absolutely love that. I'm the complete opposite of that. But
same. I spoil the shit out of my footage every time. Like, come on over, let's do a footy check, and then just watch everybody's footage. By the time the video comes out, it's fucking...
It's old.
You hate it.
Yeah. It's old, you hate it,
wanted
and
to say,
it
like,
sucks.
there's something, too. That's why the Mediocre and Lightworks were so special, and that's probably, like... That's one of the biggest motivating things, is just that feeling of the night where everybody's there. Like, nothing beats that. There's web video afterglow. I remember... learning that term from Adam in Cali when he's like, how's the web video afterglow going? And I was like, huh. And it's just like that feeling that you get when everybody's like texting you and complimenting you and all that shit. And now it's like Instagram, so it's like you get daily web video afterglow and you get those likes and the like dopamine rush, that instant gratification.
Instagram is the best, worst thing on planet Earth. That's why I don't have it on my phone anymore. It's like, because it can make you feel so good, but it can also make you feel so shitty.
Yeah.
Like when I see these dudes going out there and they're like Daryl is killing it right now. He's like filming this stuff for Royal Enfield, like motorcycle stuff and like all this like real deal shit. And I'm like, fuck, I want to do that. Yeah. And I just comparison constantly. I'm just like, why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? It's because I'm just too busy sitting here looking at this and asking why can't I do it instead of just out there going and getting it.
Legit same person, same envy. Not really like. I talk myself out of it, but it's wow, I'm proud of him for doing well.
Yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. That's like the coolest thing is like, because Daryl has always been a guy that's...
do it. You're just inspired.
Well, he was always like kind of like a one step ahead of the process type of thing, and I, kind of going like this, and I'm like, okay, Daryl's got it. I can get it. Like,
dude,
let's
and I'm
get
down
it.
here like, come on, boys, let me come with you.
You're just the right next one. I mean, shit, I feel like you're doing more than I'm doing right now, and that's why I get stoked on what you're doing and stuff like that. It's because like, it's really easy to get down on yourself. I'm pretty introverted. Like that's just how it is, and I've gotten particularly bad since I turned 30 and stuff like that. And I'm trying to get myself out of it to do more because I want to make movies. Like I want to make stuff forever because I really do enjoy it. Even if that means just being like a camera operator or an editor or something. Just I want to be involved in that process.
Have you ever done that when you're like on a set?
No.
It's a trip. It's
no, I know. That's the thing is like I know that if I was given the opportunity to just be there and give it a shot and learn, I would just take it and run with it. But I cannot figure out for the life of me how to get into that.
Well, I feel like there's not that much like full blown like set production going on in Arizona, but like the small little ones that I did, like.
I mean, back in high school...
There's so many different jobs, dude. We do it all by ourselves, and then all of a sudden, there's one person with this job.
Did you know Daryl was the person that told me, because I was like kind of like freaking out when I got all my new gear about like getting it all set up and legitimized and like just making sure that I knew what I was doing. He's like, dude, we have so much experience in such shitty situations that... no matter what, you're always going to be a step ahead of these people that don't have any like real life experience. Like we spend, like dodging police and working in the ghetto and like all this fucking shit that we deal with on a daily basis by ourselves, 2 angles all the time, like being quick, setup, like nobody who really knows what they're doing knows that scenario.
You're a director, you're a DP, you're a camera operator, you're a gaffer, you're That's
You're
basically the only,
pre
and post. You're an editor.
and post. You're everything,
Yeah.
and like that was like Daryl saying that. I was like, damn, you're fucking
And
right.
you're a motion graphics expert, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
That reel is dope. I'm excited for people to see
I'm
that.
super happy with how that turned out. It was cool to see it all in one place because you don't really get to like. You don't get to see all your stuff together ever, really. Like
I don't have one. I'd like to make one. Though.
Oh, well,
I got that little competitive edge when you sent it to me. I was like, this is fucking awesome. Where's
know,
mine?
You know, it's really funny. It's me sending it to you. I was like, I bet this gets them motivated to make something like this. But that's cool. Is like I feel like that friendly little bit of competitiveness
for sure.
helps push each other, but also like us like trying to meet up, like do this and do something tomorrow and stuff is cool because like. I don't want to be competitive anymore because there's no point in it. Not with people that I like because there's no point in it. Like that side of filming and editing and all that stuff is so big. There's so much room for everyone. Like the BMX side, that's all it was. It's like everyone gets so fucking gnarly because there's such a tiny little piece of the pie.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Bob.
And that sucks because like. I mean, skateboarding doesn't have that. There's so many fucking
I'm
filmers
super
and
grateful
stuff.
that there's nobody else doing a full-length video in Arizona right now. But there's been a couple times where like there's multiple filmers and fucking some tension and footage drama and all that shit, and it's
Who? Well, I guess we probably don't really need to get into anything like that.
Greg knows when he first moved, he was very competitive with me. Like
Maltero?
Yeah, he
He
got over it. Yeah, and we're cool now. But it was definitely like filmer.
Well, that was the same thing with you and I.
Squabbles. Yeah.
It's like we were working with the same guys. Mm-hmm. We both have different vibes.
I was stealing Ballman from you for sure. For me.
Well, but that was really good for him. Like, I think that was like super good because like I love Eric, but we filmed together for so long, for so many times, way before anything real and stuff like that. So like. Giving him the opportunity to do something with someone else, like obviously I'll always love filming with Eric and stuff like that, but like I mean you got different stuff out of Simone, you got different stuff out of LaShawn, you got different stuff out of Therese, you got different stuff out of all those guys, and from a TM aspect I love that. From a video aspect I'm like, fuck, why don't those guys do that shit with me? Dude, there's so many times where I'm like filming with Simone or Trey and they like figure something cool out and we film it and it's like the beginning of it and then they're like, oh, like, I feel like I get them motivated to learn new stuff, and then when they do it, they take it somewhere else and do it so badass for other people. I'm just like,
I told you to do that.
Come on!
That's half the fun of being a videographer. Is for directing. Like, I love being at a spot, and then the mental, it's like
trying to figure it out.
Like, what would be cool here? What's the unique? And trying to like, what would Simone do?
It's really
that's impossible.
That was like when Matt was in town, and we went to that school with the big set where he does the cab bar and the whip off the thing. I was like, we were just like racking our brain trying to figure something out. I was like, what if you did this? And he was like, oh, that'd be cool. And then he did it, and then some kid commented, it was like, I really like that first clip. I'm like, take
a little pride in it.
Yeah, of course. Because like, I mean, we know our limits.
Yeah.
But they're
Matt
the ones.
is a goddamn video game, dude.
Oh,
when he first came out for the Skeleton Crew video on his own dime, he's like, let me I don't know how it went, but I was like, you got to get on, dude. Like, come on. Like, can you fly out here?
Let's make it happen.
Make a video.
Yeah,
and then, like, I just played. It was like I had a controller.
I don't think that he would be where he was at if he didn't have you pushing to make that happen. Like, for sure.
That's my boy, man.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he got a lot of experience really quick, like, right off the bat and stuff like that.
Well, we met him at a shop stop, and then I just liked him. And he's a nice, humble kid, but he was so good. Like,
that was a Northeast shop stop,
I can't remember which one it is, but I knew then. I was like, what the fuck, he's next, man. And I kept telling Shirt, I'm so proud of this, because like Shirt and Ronnie both were like hesitant at first, and I was like, no, put him on, and then
I remember seeing a Vital edit of him, and he was wearing like Shadow and Sabrosa stuff and like riding the whole gear, because his buddy Johnny Reve was like a big rep and stuff.
He chose them.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. But like, I watched that edit and I was like, oh yeah, it's like kind of cool, a little park influence and stuff like that. And then I saw the stuff that he filmed with you, and I was like, this is is a completely different fucking kid. And then I got to film with him out here too, and I was like, oh okay, like he's got it dialed and stuff like that.
The 5-cab double bar, like what? Yeah. And he had to work for that one,
dude. He works for everything. That's like, if he didn't work for it, like, it's like almost like too easy for him type of thing. Like when he's like going fucking ham in the streets, that's when it's like you're like, damn, this is gonna be gnarly.
Yeah. Dude, I was staying with him. We did that Woodward, or not Woodward, Rye Airfield video.
Oh yeah.
And I'm staying with him and Patty.
Yeah, Patty.
The BMX mom.
Yep.
And I'm like upstairs, and then I don't know the story in detail. Matt set his room on fire, dude. Like an electrical
That was the
fire.
actual fire, right? Where they
Yeah.
like the whole downstairs was like jacked up,
it was
right?
crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, what is actually happening right now? I edited your footage of him for that.
Oh yeah, I forgot the MR1 edit.
Yeah,
you edited
I
that.
fucking love that.
That was like
That was
right
a
when I
fun
quit.
edit. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is super weird.
Don't worry, I'll pick up your
No,
scraps.
I really liked how that turned out.
Me too, man.
That
I liked editing your footage. I was like, he's a really good filmer.
You know, I got that experience from the Shadow Sabrosa New York thing that Benthian filmed, and I got to edit it. I was like, ooh, this is kind of cool, because like he shot a lot of stuff how I would want it to be shot, but he also did a lot of stuff that I was like, I wouldn't have normally have done. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun.
Same,
This
yeah.
is like really kind of cool
Editing
to like.
somebody else's footage is either a nightmare or a treat,
yeah.
which was a treat
Yeah.
in your case. And Benthian fucking rules, too.
If it's another filmer, you're like kind of like, okay, this is gonna be all right.
And it's
but-
interesting because you can kind of see what they were thinking, because you're always thinking about editing while you're shooting.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
like your leads and your B-rolls and all that stuff. And then when you see somebody else edit your footage, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
He sent me a timeline of the stuff, or someone did, and it like had like, it was kind of like cut up, and then there was like that little middle part where like in the actual edit that was black and white, and I put like the guy playing the saxophone, Lady
that's
Gaga. He kind of had something similar. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try and make that work, because I could tell like that's kind of what he was like pushing towards for the vibe and stuff. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, New York City, gotta make it like Animal Street style and like really like city based. And I was like, yes, this is so fun.
I'm trying to remember the like OG Animal video that used like buckets, a drummer.
Oh, just I'm sure it's been in like
Kinda
17, 20,000
all
of them,
day.
but that was like quintessential New York City street riding to me, and I was like, oh, I can put that in. This is gonna be awesome. That's kind of what I want to do for the Simone edit, but I don't know if that's possible. Yeah. We'll see. I just want Simone to live out here for like 3 or 4 months, but that'll never happen. He likes that BCN lifestyle.
Dude, I wouldn't want to do that either. But I
used
got
to?
to be like 12 days in Barcelona, and it was the best.
That's when we went with Freed, right?
Yeah.
So sick. So random. That's badass.
Yep, that's pretty rad.
That
I'm
was
glad I got to
the only time you've been?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was cool. I was thriving.
Where else do you want to go?
Back to Barcelona?
No, in general. Like, is that the only time you've been overseas?
No, dude, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I got sponsored by GT when I was 18.
Oh,
and my first Interbike, I'm walking around hot stuff, dude, because I'm a free coaster guy. I got put on the GT project, and then they cut most of the team and then kept me and
stayed.
like a couple other people.
Ballman was on there?
Yeah, eventually. But
This
so
was
I went to
before
this
Ballman.
Interbike, and I'm being treated like a special person. I'm being walked around by like the GT rep or the TM, or I forget who it was.
This
All I
was
remember
right
from this
about
Interbike
when I
was,
got
like,
my job
2008.
at Spark. No, it was.
This is 2008, 2009 Interbike.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was working
I'm
for
fresh
Sparkies
on
though,
GT.
right?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't remember. It could have been just you and the
Yeah, I mean, I went to every.
And I didn't know you guys that well, but I knew like of you guys, and I'm just walking around, and then
Don't worry,
Chadwick
he
walks
brings
past
this
me,
up
dude.
every single time
Changed my
we
life.
hang out. Every
You guys-
single time.
Get over yourself.
Get
and
over
I was
yourself,
like,
Bob.
oh, because
I didn't mean it like that.
I know,
wanted
but I
to
took it
keep
like
you
that. It was
humble.
beautiful.
I wanted to keep you humble.
Which you
'cause-
did. You gave me a fucking complex for the rest of my
Well,
life.
that wasn't my intention, but I'm sorry. But
meaningful impact.
But maybe it was a good thing, because
Mm-hmm.
some people who get some ego take it too fucking far and they ruin it for themselves.
Yeah.
Or
It's always
the
good to be,
people
like,
the
a
people
s- a
get
self-
sponsored and then they
certain
don't
level
do
of,
anything. That's even worse.
Yeah, I kind of did that. I like took the
Like
sponsorship
you
for
get
granted.
you
and
get
that
the
was finish
sponsor and
line,
you'll
yeah.
be like, oh, that's the finish line,
Yeah.
when that's the starting point.
But the
Like,
reason I brought it up is because like my first ever BMX sponsored trip was to Australia.
oh yeah, I
Justin
totally
Cosman
forgot
and Dave
about that.
Dillard, and like that was a trip, dude, and I had no idea how any of the process worked or anything. Like I was too timid to ask to film something. I saw a dope spot.
Say-
and I thought in my
say
head, I
it-
was like,
say
I
it.
hope Justin takes me there to film, without saying like I want to do a trip.
Yeah. You didn't know what you were doing.
No fucking
Say
clue.
who was on that trip.
Dave Dilloward, Justin Cosman, myself, and then Colin something. Greg Ingersoll might have been on it. I don't think so. But like a dude named Colin
Dave
on GT.
Dilloward,
Yeah.
went to Australia.
Skate park tour.
Skate park tour.
Yeah, and we did a 5-part series. Cosman chopped them up into like. Cosman was like a good salesperson. So
Was
he probably
that for
pitched to GT, like,
yeah,
I'll do
package
5
deal?
videos,
Gotta
yeah,
do package deal.
And photos, and he got paid go wop, dude, and like forget the per diem or whatever, but I remember I did one super long manual to a bank to backwards mail, and that was like basically the only thing that.
Do you want to see a never before seen Carl Pointer edit?
Yes, absolutely.
I found it the other day.
Fuck, can it be on here?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Hell yeah! Carl Pointer is kind of my hero.
I was looking through my stuff to like do my reel, and I was like, I remember telling you about it. I was like, I made a Carl Pointer edit that's never been seen before. This was when he was on Shadow, but then left Shadow to ride for. What was that company that Eastern started?
Ezra.
Yeah. What was the other one? Wasn't there Amber?
I don't remember.
I think it was Amber or something
Ezra.
like that. Ooh, check out that logo.
Ooh.
Which one do you like? This one or this one? If you had to pick.
Between just these two?
Well, just like yeah, like so like there's like these would all kind of be together. They're like distressed, and then this is like kind of clean. Do you like the cleaner or the
I like this one. The red pops out.
Yeah.
Is that what everybody's been saying?
No, everyone's been saying that one, but
I love that red.
That is what it is.
So what do we got here? We got it's a dongle.
Yeah,
adapter.
you gotta dongle it because they all only have USB-C. Because obviously. Okay, let's see here. Shadow. I'm organized, Bob. Edits.
Pew pew pew! World premiere. 7-year-old Carl Pointer footage.
All right, ready? It's to a Spoon song. It's pretty good.
Let's go.
Carl Pointer always rode pretty
Holy
fucking good,
shit.
and his bike is dope.
15-year-old
I
me
think
is fucking
Tristan
tripping,
filmed it.
dude.
Gut Stance, yeah.
Hell yeah. Can't believe I'm watching an unseen Carl Pointer edit right now. Yup.
On that never before released Shadow Freak.
Yes! My guy! My guy. Yeah, I'm not kidding, dude. He's my fucking inspiration. Oh, I love that! I'm taking that. I gotta find a spot for that. Yes! Yeah! He is, I think, fucked with it, huh? His regular is right there.
I'm not sure.
You can do it both ways, but I see more octagons than...
That bike is so sick.
Yeah. A good 25 yeah. Did this Shadow not come out? Or the precursor?
Nope. Not that one.
Yeah. They made him able to crank flip and it ran my life. Boom. Yup. Sick.
Keep there.
Dude.
What just happened? There you go. Never,
Yes!
Never before seen. I don't think literally by anyone
So
but
dope.
you. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to show you that.
Yeah, I want that free coaster, man. So like the way he like uses the pedal pressure.
Pedal pressure
yeah.
and then disengages it.
Changes, man. Like
Yeah.
the free coasters have changed.
That's like you like that though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they changed it to the internals are different now, and it doesn't feel the same when you're like.
Just free coasters in general, or
Yeah, all free coasters now, like the engagement is not. I gotta like take them apart and compare, but like the old Federal and KHE and those old, like everybody used the same internals with just simple washer, and it was a hard engagement, and the drawback was like you couldn't flip it well. Like,
it had no spin.
So there's something going on inside the free coaster now, which makes it better for most people. Like you can crank flip now, but I never could crank flip.
So
and when I go to do the engagement, it's not like hard. It's not the same.
Because you use that for
close, but I'll spin
stuff,
or I'll
right?
like carve a little bit and then hit the engagement to like lock up the back wheel to start the spin.
Yeah.
And then it's just woo, and it
You're
works.
a really good free coaster guy.
Yeah.
Because you've been riding them for like ever.
Yeah.
Like longer than most people. have
I
been
remember
riding them and stuff.
distinctly the 540 cab at one of the Street Fighters that I filmed with you, and I was all pumped.
Yep. Back in the day, dude.
Yeah.
Flat Bill Bobby.
Yeah.
That GT Flat Bill, baby. I remember it.
Repping hard.
Repping
GT shirts
so
every
hard.
day.
Hey, why not?
Well, because
did
I
it
was
right.
just repping it.
Yeah, you did it right.
I
That's what
remember
you're
Kyle
supposed to do.
Carlson on a trip to Vegas was giving me shit. He's like, Kanode, you gonna wear a fucking GT shirt every damn day? And he gave me my sickest shirt that I ever had, just a big fat Notorious B.I.G. on it, dude. And I did like a George Bush impression on that trip, man. It was good.
That was another GT trip?
It was like a short trip with me, Shane Reeder, Alan Blackmore, Josh Badley.
Shane just got married, right?
Yeah.
That's so
that
sick.
was so fun,
I'm glad
man.
that he's doing well.
Yeah, it was beautiful, dude.
I love that
the
kid.
whole wedding procession happened, and it was kind of drizzling. And then
Did you film it?
No,
No,
nobody filmed
just-
it.
just for
Greg,
fun.
Greg shot film or whatever. I just got invited as a friend. I was like fucking hyped, and I knew a bunch of people there. But, the whole wedding, like it's kind of getting drizzled on. It's up in Pine Top, and then as soon as the bride comes out, the skies parted and
No
the
way.
sun beamed down, and
Nice.
everybody was like,
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was beautiful, man.
I love that type of stuff, like that weird universe shit.
serendipitous.
Yeah, man.
It was beautiful. And then
I don't know if you don't pay attention to baseball. I hate baseball. I think it's the
Okay.
worst thing ever. But I don't know if you heard about that Anaheim Angels pitcher who died like a couple weeks ago. They just like found him dead. It's like a young kid. He played for the Diamondbacks too. But his number 45, he died. They had a game, like a memorial game for him where all the players were wearing 45 and stuff like that. The first guy up the bat hit a home run. They pitched a no-hitter. The dude was a pitcher. They pitched a no-hitter, which is like crazy. The guy who hit the home run hit it 454.5 yards.
Get the fuck out
It
of
was
here.
like all this crazy shit.
Yeah.
They hadn't pitched a no-hitter since the day that guy was born. Literally.
Whoa.
On the day that guy was born,
Whoa.
they had pitched. And not who gives
Yeah.
a fuck, it's baseball, but like that type of serendipitous shit like gives me like goosebumps
Yeah.
and stuff. Like I love
bit.
that. Like people are like all hippy dippy and stuff and it's like whatever, but like I've always kind of just like there's so many weird things that are so unexplainable that I'm just like, yeah, I hear you.
3 seconds. All right.
We're
So-
talking too much.
Yeah, dude. I came over and
I
I
like
was
it.
I was
It
like,
makes
let's
me
talk
feel
for
good.
let's talk for 20 minutes, and then now
Yeah,
it's
Lufa, come on.
been-
Be more interesting. She's got a hair
suck
just
it, Lufa.
hanging out on this thing.
But
Look at that luscious locks.
thank you for watching. I'm gonna do this with more people more often, and I appreciate it. That's it. You know. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for doing this with me, Chadwick. Come here, baby. Yeah. All right. Thumbnail ready?